Hello everybody and welcome to another StarCraft 2 commentary. You read the title of this movie right. I am playing against Gretorp, the popular player and caster of NASL. He is a chocolate-skinned beauty. Actually, I don't know if you'd be considering him chocolate. It's like brown, but like not like a black person, so I don't know if you'd call it chocolate. But he is a beautiful, beautiful person, and him and I kind of go way back a little bit. We don't really have like any formal interactions or like we've never talked to each other directly, but we know who each other is, and we're on good terms. So it's kind of cool playing him, although he is playing Protoss this time around. And I don't know if this is a race switch, if he's just messing around or what, but someone did suggest to me that Gretorp is playing Protoss because now that he's an NASL caster, he wants to learn all the races, and so he'll be more well informed, and I gotta give him credit for that. I don't know if he's as good with Protoss as he is with Terran, but if you are that dedicated as a caster, that's something you do not it's not too shabby, I guess is what I'm trying to say. If I cared that much, I would do the same, but I really want to be an amazing Zerg player, so I'm probably just going to stick with Zerg, and I'd feel so dirty playing any other races. Ugh, can you imagine me playing Terran? I'd have to go and purge myself after every single game. Because I'd win every single game, and it just wouldn't feel right. Now already I'm trying to dodge this probe. Looks like I did that for the most part. I don't know if he was going to try to block it off had he seen my drone, but the drone is going to get down that 15 hatchery, and a lot of times you will get pylon blocked, so you got to be careful about the 15 hatch build. A lot of times it won't work against an early scouting Protoss if they scout in the proper direction, because they'll send their probe there at 9. And Gretorp, seeing that I did throw down that fast hatchery, he's going to cancel the forge, not going to worry about cannoning anything. And then he's just going to throw down that fast nexus, and that's kind of a smart play. He doesn't really need that forge unless he's deciding to cannon me. In this case, he's not going to. And that drone just get the heck out of there. Drone will win a probe in a one-on-one fight as long as the drone starts attacking immediately, but the drone got a couple shots off against him before he started attacking. And so yeah, Gretorp's Nexus is going to be much earlier because of the Forge cancel. And one thing you can't really do anymore on this map is cannon someone out. You could try to cannon behind their mineral lines at the expansion, but if you try to cannon right here, you can just do the drone stacking trick and destroy that. I have a video on that if you... Oh boy. I love you too, Mr. Iwana Foam. You can try the drone stacking trick if you want, and down goes the probe. I love trying to take out that probe. It's worth whatever minerals you lose mining. I mean, killing that probe, I lost maybe 20 minerals, if that, worth of, you know, drones running back and forth, but it feels so good killing a probe. Now I'm one drone ahead, and, well, not in the harvester count, but you know what I mean. And, you know, he can't throw down any proxy pylons as easy, and it's just a really good pickup. So the expansion is going down. Notice the gas timing is pretty late. I just now got it, like as my pool was finishing. And we got Gretorp up here, throwing down a cannon, throwing down another pylon, trying to complete his little wall off. So now the only way I can go around is all the way up here. And he's probably going to have a tiny little zealot blocking this slot. I imagine he might try to finish this wall off or finish the wall off down here. Do something about that to prevent Ling run-bys. But my main concern as of now is just to get my Ling speed. We see 100 gas. Need to start that whenever I notice it. There we go. And now I'm actually going to pull 2 drones off of gas. And this is, or actually 3 it looks like. And this is exactly what Nesty does. So I'm not just pulling this build out of my ass. He actually pulls off 2 drones, so he keeps 1 on his extractor. And then he'll just stay on mineral economy for a long time. You know, keeping some forward Lings. One guy up here. This guy's such a baller. It's like, I'm going to harvest his minerals. You will not harvest any minerals. But keep some forward links to make sure they don't attack, and then just keep up with the drone count. And as you can see, Gretorp did go that fast nexus, so I'm deciding, you know, I'm going to stay on my mineral economy and take a fast third base myself. It's something I've been forcing myself to learn to do, because in the past I've really just wanted to stick on 2 base and try, you know, tech timings or just 2 base low tier timings. And it doesn't really work out in the long run. Good players will always defend against it. So the third base is up, and I'm just now putting my guys back on the extractor. I'm up to 36 harvesters, and still I just want to drone up, drone up, drone up. And you know, as a Protoss player or a Terran player, you generally don't want to be too far ahead your supply. Looks like Gretorp's about 19 ahead, but as a Zerg, you want to have tons of excess overlords just because they're such a reactive race. If someone's attacking you, you want to be able to build, you know, 15 roaches. You want to be way ahead your supply cap. See, right now I'm 11, and I have 3 more overlords on the way. and it's just kind of a good habit to get into. Overlords function a lot differently than supply depots and pylons, so it's not as bad being super overfooded, as you can see I'm about to be right now, especially with larva injects, giving you so much larva at once when you're running on 3 hatch, and you guys get the idea. But the Roach Warren is coming up. This isn't for any too specific of a reason. Looks like I'm going to lose 2 drones right there a bit carelessly. These 2 zealots are actually very smart from Gretorp, checking for that 3rd base and able to deny mining at least for a little bit. I do see that robotics facility, so I can assume probably just standard observer play. I'm probably not going to do any kind of Colossus rush. That'd be a bit silly. He is mining off of his gas. That's another important thing you want to look at, is the gas. How much has he mined from it? Is it early? Is it late? And here come a couple roaches. Now, I'm not going to overproduce. I'm not going to panic and just make a butt-fuck ton of roaches. I'm just going to make a couple roaches, a couple lings, and then just continue to drone up. And as you can see, it's 55 to 46 harvesters. Here comes the lair. 3 gas, 3 gas, 3 guys. And this one's actually building, and I'm getting my 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So we have a pretty standard macro game right now. And you might be thinking, well, how do I know when to unit up? How do I know when to make stuff? Well, first off, I should have these towers. It looks like I'm sending some links there to get the towers. And roaches are pretty a safe bet. I floated in, saw the robotics facility, so I didn't feel like I needed to switch into hydras. So I thought, okay, 3 base roach with high economy on anything on the ground that Protoss does with 2 base is pretty much going to win as long as I rally properly. Yes, eventually I might need Spire for Colossi, might need Hydras for anti-air, or maybe if he's just going heavy gateway, Hydras might be a good idea. But right now I just want to get ahead in economy. I'm not too worried about what compositions I'm going to have. And here comes that robotics bay actually. So I'm now on 3 base to 2 base. I've got 63 harvesters to 56, and you got to remember, 56 is oversaturation on 2 bases. He's got 25 probes on that base. He's got 19 on this base. He actually needs a couple to go to the main, but still, it's oversaturation. You need about 6 on gas, and you know, maybe 20-ish, I would say, is the minimum. Anything higher than that, you're going to be oversaturated on minerals, in my opinion. People might debate that, but I firmly believe that that's the case. And so he's now way oversaturated on 2 bases, while I'm at 76 on 3 bases. So that'd be what, like 25 and a third on each base, which is almost perfect. Almost perfect. Could use maybe 1 or 2 more, but 76 is kind of the number you want to stop at as a Zerg player. Just because your mineral economy will start getting way ahead of your ability to produce. Now, something you're not seeing here is a macro hatch, something I would recommend. However, instead of getting a macro hatch, I'm going to take a fast 3rd, and I've got the Zergling running in, checking out the 3rd. So right now, I'm pretty on top of things. He did kind of feign with that gateway push. He ran down here and killed the Ling on the tower, so that prompted me to build about 19 roaches. And again, I was able to build these 19 roaches because of my sick-ass supply here, 174. And I'm just way over the supply the whole time. My Spire is going down. I am able to spot this Warp Prism due to this kind of Overlord spread here. And this is, I guess this is just kind of a fundamental game I want to teach you guys. You know, if you do everything right all at once, a game can seem very simple to play. So the Spire is down, and the reason for that Spire, of course, is that through a robotics facility. I was able to see that. I haven't gone in and scouted with my Overseer to see any robotics bay yet, but after producing those roaches from his gateway units, I thought, okay, why not just go for his 3rd? And you can tell that he has a wall off, even though I haven't seen it, because my roaches are taking a roundabout route. I did not tell them to go this way, but they are naturally, and that tells me that this is walled off. And I'm just going to let them do that. You know, I don't know what he has right now. He might have a Colossus, but he's not going to have a lot whatever he has. And that's kind of evident right here. He has got some Night Force Fields. Needed 1 more to block those roaches off. Still needs another Force Field down here, but he's going to let all my roaches in and clean up this gateway army. The supply count now 176 to 100. And this is kind of an example of just superior early game macro, superior decisions, I guess, in what to do. Prevailing. He wanted to get some damage done with the War Prism, but it didn't really work out. And as a result, it looks like he's going to lose this base. But 2 Colossi now pumping out. Oh, might be able to chase down one of them. No, not quite able to. And these mutas just kind of flying overhead. These mutas were kind of useless in this situation. I made them for harass more than anything else, but they ended up just coming with my army because I really wanted to kill that 3rd base. Meanwhile, my 4th base is now mining off of gas. You don't need that many minerals as Zerg. You can see I'm already way high on the mineral count. 1 Colossus going down. And a second Colossus going down. That's exactly what I wanted. Now these roaches, once this extra army of Gretorp came in, weren't the most cost effective. These mutas are actually just suiciding into their deaths. Kamikaze! But, you know, I can just reproduce so fast. I'm on 4 base to his 2 base. You might say, well, you're only on 3 base because you're not mining minerals. But if we check out the count, I'm at 75. That's enough drones on minerals. And if you have the APM at this point, when you take a 4th base like this, you know, take a couple drones from here, take a couple drones from here, take a couple drones from here, throw them onto the 4th base, and that's exactly what I'm doing now. Just even the distribution of your mining, and so those 4 bases are more longer sustained. Now, Gretorp is going to go for a counterattack after destroying all those roaches, but again, do everything right, and the games just seem so simple. I've got a ton of roaches here, over 24 plus 13, that's at least 1,000. And while this is a pretty good anti-roach composition, I've got 4 infestors on the way. They're going to supplement the roaches quite nicely. And eventually, with rallying, I will be able to clean this up, especially with infestors. And I've got my Greater Spire on the way for some Broodlords. And down goes 1 fungal growth. My other infestors aren't quite here yet. Some okay force fields, a little bit of stacking that didn't need to happen. But he's just overwhelmed at this point. 17 more roaches. I've got every hatchery rallied to my expansion, and Gretorp realizes this. He's just now taking his 3rd once again, and he does end up GGing. So I don't think his Protoss is as strong as his Terran, but still, I think it was a good example of a ZVP that went right after an opponent going Nexus first. You want to stay on mineral economy as long as you can, take that 3rd base, and then just throw up the Roach Horn, because gateway timings are, I mean, 2-base gateway timings against a 3-base Zerg is almost impossible to beat without roaches. I guess Ling Baneling could work if their force fields are bad, but I prefer getting roaches with that speed upgrade. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. The harvester count was just so lopsided all game, and that's it. Thanks for watching. Glad you watched my video. I hope so.